Hey guys, in today's video I would like to show you my new high-end gaming PC build. I've been looking forward to this new PC for quite a while, as my last upgrade was almost 5 years ago and has been showing its age in recent years, especially during high-end mythic rating in games like WoW. I will go over all of the components and my reasons for buying them, but first, thanks to today's video sponsor Final Fantasy XIV Online. The new patch 6.4, The Dark Throne, is now live and contains a lot of new content for everyone, such as the new main scenario quests, dungeons, trials, raids and job updates. My favorite feature of new patches has to be the new raids and their Savage versions, of which I've personally completed a few with the Echo Squad in the past, in previous expansions. It's always very fun to see completely new fights with the team and trying to figure out the best tactics. I have to be honest, I've also been stuck in a gold saucer myself for quite some time, chasing mounts, glamour and simply enjoying the minigames. The free trial, which includes content up to the first expansion Heavensward until level 60 with unlimited game time, is available on multiple platforms such as PlayStation, Windows, Steam and Mac. So make sure to follow the link in the description below and join me on your adventure in Final Fantasy XIV Online. When considering hardware for MMOs such as World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV Online, there are a few differences compared to other demanding games such as FPS titles like Apex Legends, Call of Duty or PUBG. Your main focus should be to get the best possible CPU for your specific budget. Especially in World of Warcraft, the difference that a CPU can make is massive. This will probably come to the surprise of many, but the graphics card in your system is really not that important for performance in MMOs compared to the CPU. My previous CPU was the Intel i7-8700K and I had it overclocked to 4.8 GHz. At the time I bought this CPU in 2018, this was one of the better processors for WoW, but nowadays with the new expansion, updated effects, the pace of the game generally increasing, it is really struggling to deliver consistent FPS in Mythic rating while also streaming at the same time. So for the CPU I decided on a new Ryzen 7 7800X3D. This CPU has some new technology specific only to AMD CPUs, which is conveniently boosting FPS in games like WoW by a massive margin. The technology is called 3D V-Cache, and all you need to know about it is that it boosts gaming performance by adding more high-speed memory closer to the processor, and a game like WoW benefits greatly from this. There are other CPUs in the Ryzen 7 X3D lineup, but the 7800X3D is generally the best option for gamers. As the new Ryzen CPUs are built on a new AM5 platform, this meant that I had to select a new AM5 motherboard and sadly expensive DDR5 memory. For the motherboard, I settled on the Asus ROG Strix B650E-E Gaming. This specific motherboard is very future-proof and also comes with a status code display, which actually came in handy during the build process. I picked the G-Skill Trident Z5 64GB kit as my memory. I went with the 64 gigs, which seems a bit overkill for a gaming PC, but I also intend to use this PC for more than just gaming, and I can see myself needing more than 32 gigs of RAM in the future for streaming, multitasking, programming, etc. For a pure gaming build, 32 gigs would be plenty though. Moving on, this next decision was one of the harder ones. As I previously mentioned, the graphics card is not really that important for an MMO-focused gaming PC. But I wanted to still get a very good one as I occasionally play other games, and if I buy a new PC then I might as well spend a bit more to get a very good graphics card as well. So I went with the Gainward Nvidia RTX 4070 Ti. I think the market for graphics card is currently very messed up. No matter what decision you end up with, it never seems to be a good one, especially when you consider your budget. So this one hurt a little bit, but it is what it is. The rest of the components are the Fractal Design Meshify 2 for the case, the modular Be Quiet Pure Power 850 watts power supply, a Samsung 980 Pro SSD for storage, and the Arctic Liquid Freezer for the all-in-one CPU water cooling solution. In total, this build cost me 2,649 euros for all the components. I definitely could have pushed this down a couple hundred euros with some less high-end components in the graphics card, motherboard and RAM department, but I figured that this PC should last me at least 3 to 4 years, so might as well go all in. While building and setting up the PC, you absolutely need to update the BIOS from your motherboard manufacturer's website for AM5 motherboards, especially if you're using an X3D chip for your CPU. There have been issues with the factory versions of the BIOS where some CPUs even went up in flames, so make sure to update. Speaking of motherboard, I actually had to fully replace the Asus B650 I initially got, as the LAN port was completely broken and not working at all. So look out for that. I installed Windows 10 on my new PC as there are no requirements for the AMD Ryzen 7 CPUs like there are for the newest Intel CPUs, which needed Windows 11 to get the maximum performance. So after using my new PC for almost a month now, what is the verdict? How does it perform? Through various raids and encounters in WoW, I can say that my FPS has drastically improved with the new PC. Where on some fights I was struggling to stay over 40 FPS with the old PC, I am now chilling hard with over 100 FPS. Also, the very high intensity AoE pulse changed from a 10 to 20 FPS fiesta to a 60 to 80 FPS cruise. I think it's fair to say that my FPS in WoW specifically has seen a 100 to 200% increase, which is absolutely insane. It's very hard to get reliable benchmark data for such a specific use case like high-end raiding in MMOs, but I might try and work on an add-on idea that could help with that. But just look at the juicy Valdrakken FPS with all add-ons enabled. In conclusion, I'm very happy with my build. And if you're looking to upgrade as an MMO player, now is a pretty good time with the new AMD platform and especially the X3D chips. I hope you enjoyed my overview for my new PC build. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.